Hey guys, I'm Tori, and today I'm going to show you how I made these floating frames for just $1. So before we get started, I want to let you know that I originally got this idea from a YouTuber called StoreeOfMyLife. She made a video about how to turn these frames from the dollar store into floating frames, and I thought it was a great idea. However, I thought it was lacking one part about how you actually hang the frames, because you are missing the hook once you do the transformation. But I figured it out on my own, and today I want to kind of remake that tutorial and show you how I hang them at the end. So now we can get started. So originally I liked the idea of the floating frames. You know, at my new place I have a lot of walls, and I wanted to put up a lot of pictures of family members and other stuff. And I think I originally saw the floating frame on Amazon, but it was a little pricey. And then I saw them again at Target, still quite pricey. You know, it's fine if you only have a couple, but I wanted to put up, you know, several of these frames around, and that'll quickly add up, as you know. So I looked online, and then I saw Story of My Life made this video of how you can turn these regular looking frames from the dollar store into floating frames that actually look great. And I wanted to share this technique with you guys today. So as always, we're gonna get started with materials. So for this project, you will need the dollar store frame, something to measure, a writing utensil, a knife, your photo, and double-sided tape. And that is about it. Very simple. You can buy all of them actually at the dollar store, which is quite convenient. Next, we're going to remove the back of the frame. So it's actually quite simple. You just pull back these little things that hold the back together, and then everything else should plop out, including glass. So watch out, make sure not to break the glass once it pops out. This is going to become quite a problem because you don't want this glass moving around. So in the next step, I'm going to show you how I make sure that the glass doesn't pop out from the frame anymore. There's many ways to do this. You could glue it onto the frame, but I actually prefer to use the existing little metal tips and kind of bend the glass in place. If you're doing this a lot, or if you don't have quite strong fingers or hands, you might want to use some pliers, as that will really help you bend the metal into place. The key here is to get it out of sight. And as you can see, the glass is steady in place, and you cannot see the little metal hinges anymore. Now that we have the glass fixed on the frame, we can move on to getting the actual picture on the glass. So we're going to use the same paper back that was on the frame originally, and we're going to do some measurements. So I like to have my pictures in the exact center of the frame. You can do whatever you want stylistically. You can even have multiple pictures per frame if that's what you're into. But I just want one picture per frame, dead center. And to do that, I knew that my picture was 4 inches by 6 inches, and this ended up being about 9 inches by 11 inches. So I did some measurements, I found the exact center, and I knew that's where I was going to place my photo. Now that I've identified the dead center of my frame, I will place the picture and trace it to know exactly where I will be placing it on the glass. So first, I just placed the picture on the paper. I traced it using my pencil, and then I went back and I traced it again with marker, just so it is more visible. Now that we know exactly where our picture will go, we can lay our frame on top of our paper. I like to use the other side of the frame so you can still see through it. And now that we've laid the glass on top of the paper, we can now start placing our picture on there. There are many ways that you can get your picture to stick to the glass. I would not recommend using glue sticks or anything like that. I tried it one time and it made my picture look bad, and it made my frame look bad too. The most common tip is to use double-sided tape, which I was also able to find at the dollar store. So I got really teeny pieces of tape, and I put them at each corner of the picture. You know, these don't have to be substantial amounts of tape because the picture is quite light and you're not really holding much together. And the idea here is to make the tape not really visible. Just use tiny bits of tape, tiny little piece in each corner, and you should be good. If you prefer to use some sort of glue that you know works on glass or something like that, you can definitely use that instead, but tape is what has worked for me. After you lay it down, you can see it is stuck there, and it's essentially done. If you're not hanging this, you can be pretty much done at this point if you're just laying it on a shelf or something. But in this case, we're going to be hanging it on the wall. So we need to build some sort of little hook or ridge for the nail to not like slip out or anything. So what I do is I find the exact center of the frame and then I just mark it with a marker, and then I take my knife and I cut a little hole or ridge into the frame. Since these are just dollar store frames, they're made out of really cheap wood or cardboard or plastic or anything like that. So they're actually quite easy to drill into and cut into. So you can see there, I just made a little cut with my knife, and it actually is quite perfect for the nail that I'm using. So that's how I was able to hook it onto the wall without the nail showing. I just cut a little piece and I just hung it up that way. So now you can see I have my nail in my wall already, and it is all ready for me to come up and place my frame. If we got the center right, then the frame should sit quite level, and here I see that I did. You cannot see the nail, it looks completely floating, and I think we did a good job here. And at this point we're pretty much done with our project. So here's some shots of how it looks, the final product. You can see I have other pictures up there of my family members, my dad, mother's brother and sister. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. You know, using frames from Amazon or Target, this would have cost potentially over $100, but I was able to do it for just about $4. So I love this tip. I've been showing it to a lot of people. I personally like to use black and white pictures because these are all just like phone pictures and they look a little bit more classy when you make them black and white. And that's about it. Looking back on this project, a couple things I would have done differently. I think I would have experimented with hot gluing the glass onto the frame. I tried normal glue, it didn't really work out that well, but I have seen some people say that hot glue helps because the bending metal approach, while it works, it's not that nice looking. You can still see the little ridges if you get up close. So I would try to see if there's a way for me to glue the glass onto the frame. And I would also use scissors when I'm cutting the double-sided tape, because since I'm using the tape cutter, it has those like little teeth which sometimes show. So if you use scissors to cut your double-sided tape, then you can really get a nice clean cut, which helps you helps the product look a lot cleaner in the end. But other than that, I mean, I wouldn't change much else. I'm really happy with the way this project turned out. I would experiment with maybe getting 2 pictures per frame. That would be a pretty cool way to get multiple pictures, or different sized pictures maybe. Maybe you want to cut up your pictures into perfect squares, anything like that. You have a lot of options with this project. But right now I've just been, sticking 1 picture per frame in the dead center, and I really like the way it looks. And that's about it, guys. I love this tip from Story of My Life on YouTube. Once again, credit goes to her. Credit in the description too. Check her out. She does great videos. And I wanted to share kind of my take on it a little bit and let you guys know what worked for me. If you like this idea, please let me know by liking the video or leaving a nice comment. If you want to see more of these videos in the future, please subscribe, as I'll be making more home DIY type videos very shortly as I kind of work on different things in my condo. And that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.